Up? What is up, Fin Fam? I know it's a little late. Most of you probably have already gotten the news today. Broke about 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. this morning. And we're muted. A wonderful way to start the stream, right? But we were just muted on Discord. All of y'all could hear me. They just couldn't hear me in the Discord land. And I do need to test something out real quick to make sure that my Discord could be heard, because apparently last stream y'all could not hear anybody on my Discord, which is no good, right? How am I going to sit here and have conversations with people? How am I going to sit here and have conversations with people if y'all can't even hear what they're saying?
You sound schizophrenic.
So let's see if y'all can hear it now. We heard it. Y'all heard it here first. Air horn means that Mike McDaniel is no longer in the building for the Miami Dolphins. Now,
That's crazy.
My daughter says that's crazy, but is it? Is it crazy?
Was it expected?
I mean, some of us could have expected it, right? I went into the season with expectations for Mike McDaniel and his ability to continue growing. I saw a little bit of that through the season. Some of the things that I wanted to see from him was his ability to adjust, especially adjust under pressure, adjust from first half to second half. His ability to manage the clock. That's very important for a coach, is managing the clock, making sure you're ending the first half on a high point and not on a low point, and you're putting yourself in position to win when it comes to the end of the fourth quarter as well. So timeouts come into that. So a lot of the timeouts that get burnt through the seasons in these games because of the false starts, like a lot of those were things that I was looking at from Mike McDaniel. So I went into the beginning of the season, yes, with a very, very big magnifying glass on Mike McDaniel. And
who's the new coach?
We don't have one yet. We're
coachless?
We are coachless, but it's the off season, so it doesn't really matter. But so through the season, he did okay. He improved on some things. I wasn't necessarily 100% bought in on him yet, but I was willing to give him some time. All right, I'm like, it is what it is. When he didn't get fired on Monday, it is what it is. If he rolls with us through next year, through the year after, it is what it is. And I think Pete, shout out to Pete over there, Pete's Takes. Shout out to you, my dog. I think you kind of had the right idea with Mike McDaniel. So hear me out. Before we get into the reasons of why he might have got fired and why he deserved to look elsewhere for a job, let's get into some of the positives that Mike McDaniel had during his tenure. What do you think the new coach should be?
My math teacher.
Her math teacher.
My math teacher. He knows more football than you do.
So she says.
No, I'm super sigma serious right now.
So, well, tell him to get up here. Tell him to talk about some football.
Yeah, Mr. Schechter. I know you're 57 years old, but get up here.
I'm good tonight, Mr. Polk. I'm good. How are you? So, let's talk about some of the good things that Mike McDaniel did while he was here, right? He came in. He innovated this offense. Let's all be serious about that, right? Mike McDaniel did a great job of coming into the Miami Dolphins and creating a new style of offense. He literally turned the NFL upside down for a good 10, 11, 12 weeks of the 2023 season. She wants me to say 6, 7 weeks of the 2023 season, but no, it was a good 10 to 12 weeks of the 2023 season, and literally turned the NFL upside down. You know, like, they were scoring mad points. Like, he had the Miami Dolphins at a point where we could have broken the record for most points scored in a single game at 73. But we did not take the field goal. We ended up finishing that game 70-20, and I bet Mike McDaniel's looking back at it now. Like, I wish I would have kicked the field goal.
I wish I didn't get fired.
I wish I would have kicked the field goal.
Imagine getting fired from your only job.
And so some other good things that Mike McDaniel did was, like, he did make Tua look pretty decent for the most part until Tua's regression just caught up to it, and there was no helping it from that point. He did bring us in a great running back in Devon Achane. He was a likable guy for the most part. But at the end of the day, it just wasn't enough. I think, see, and this is why I think Pete's Takes was onto something the other day when he was talking about 2 more years, right? Because if you look at the progression that Mike McDaniel did make over the course of the 4 years that he was here with the Miami Dolphins, he was kind of coming along as a coach, and I wish him the best in his future. I do believe he's going to go on and he's going to be a great coach. He's going to be to give you an example, he's the next Dan Campbell. We had Dan Campbell in this building at one point and we let him go. We had Todd Bowles in this building at one point and we let him go. So I do think at some point we will see Mike McDaniel as a head coach again. I don't think it's going to be next year, maybe down the line, and he probably will have a pretty good career once he gets a little bit more experience under his belt. Dang, I lost where I was going with that. Anyways.
You said, like, experience under his belt.
Experience under his belt. Right. So, I feel like what Pete was saying the other day with 2 more years, in 2 more years, if he was still here developing, I do believe that would have been enough time for him to develop into a good coach, a great coach that could get a locker room behind him, could create a culture, develop a culture, and get a team moving in the right direction. But at the same time, there was somebody Stephen Ross was waiting on. And that's why Mike McDaniel didn't get fired with the batch of coaches that got let go on Monday. I was listening to Teron Armstead's reaction video on my drive home, and he was talking about there was a timeline. You know, January 5th, the Miami Dolphins put out their list of 8 candidates for their GM position. January 6th, it gets narrowed down, and John Harbaugh gets fired. After the phone interview with Chad Alexander gets released. No, January 6th, because Chad Alexander got fired yesterday, or John Harbaugh got fired yesterday.
What?
So January 6th, the list gets put out. January 7th, Chad Alexander has a meeting. He's on a list. Another list gets put out 4 candidates that entered the second round, Chad Alexander being one of them. John Harbaugh gets fired. And then, well, today Mikey McDaniel gets fired. We have 2 more candidates for our general manager selection, and Chad Alexander is one of them. Feel free to hop up in the Discord, join the Discord, and talk to us about your thoughts on Mike McDaniel here and the future of the Miami Dolphins.
Is now coachless.
Currently coachless, but I'm getting there. Because
the Miami Dolphins team is now an orphan.
Like I said, I believe Stephen Ross was waiting on John Harbaugh. Talking about this a couple days ago.
Who do you think could be the new coach?
John Harbaugh. I'm pretty sure Mike McDaniel got fired for John Harbaugh.
Who's John Harbaugh?
Let me pull up a couple things real quick before we get too far into this. So I was supposed to pull that up. Breaking news.
Mike McDaniel got fired.
Breaking news.
Imagine getting fired. I can never.
Where is TD? Where is
All right, football fans, listen up. Forget the trade deadline, forget the free agency frenzy, because we have the most important piece of NFL news you will hear all season.
Oh, you guys, chat, take a lookie. We had to throw away Dad's glove, but he likes the logo, so I cut it out and now he has a squishy.
A squishy.
He has a squishy of his favorite thing. So, who's the guy you were talking about? The That's Chad Alexander.
Harbaugh.
Harbaugh, yeah.
Harbaugh.
Yeah, who's that?
John Harbaugh. Okay, I'll go ahead and I'll pull his thing up. We can take a look at it before we go through the statement here. Harbaugh.
Oh, it's Harbaugh, not Harbaugh.
John Harbaugh. It's everybody pronounces it Harbaugh. 18 seasons as the Ravens head coach, Super Bowl champion, 4 AFC championship games, 6 AFC North division titles, 12 playoff appearances, 180 to 113 record.
That's good.
That's pretty good.
4 championships victory, bro.
No, not necessarily victories. He just got to the AFC championship 4 times.
He didn't get that victory royale?
Unfortunately, only once.
Never mind. He sucks.
But he's better than what we had, right?
I guess, in a way.
And this is why Stephen Ross waited, right? This is why Stephen Ross waited until John Harbaugh got fired to release Mike McDaniel. And in a statement from Stephen Ross, the owner of the Miami Dolphins, he said, after careful evaluation and extensive discussions since the season ended, I have made the decision that our organization is in need of comprehensive change. I informed Mike McDaniel this morning that he has been relieved of his duties as head coach. I love Mike and want to thank him for his hard work, commitment, and the energy he brought to our organization. Mike is an incredibly creative football mind whose passion for the game and his players was evident every day. I wish him and his family the best moving forward. Darn.
That's crazy.
So, Stephen Ross goes on and he's going to try and get Harbaugh. And that's going to be the thing. And that's going to be what the Miami Dolphins are going to look like next year. You're going to see John Harbaugh and Chad Alexander in the Miami Dolphins organization.
But what if Harbaugh doesn't become the coach?
I mean, that is a good question. What if he doesn't?
What if neither of them become the coach? Who's going to be the coach then? Is it going to be Stephen Ross?
No, Stephen Ross is the owner. I mean, he would find a coach.
How about you be the coach?
Some of the other coaching candidates that we have available out there, obviously. We might even see Mike Tomlin become available. That's another one I think that Stephen Ross would go for, because if out of the coaching candidates that we have available, right? Other than Pete Carroll, because I don't really think Pete Carroll would be a good fit for the Miami Dolphins. Other than Pete Carroll, I don't think he would be a good fit for the Miami Dolphins. So we're going to leave him out of this batch of available coaches that are out there currently. I mean, other than Harbaugh and Tomlin, I feel like Mike McDaniel probably is the best choice to stick with. And that's why you didn't see him get fired with that batch of firings on Monday morning. That's why you saw him get fired today, day after John Harbaugh gets fired, 2 days after John Harbaugh gets fired.
Maybe they both become...
Will you go put that in the sink?
Yeah.
Thank you. All the pieces align. Everything seems like it's meant to be. John Harbaugh's a Michigan guy. Stephen Ross is a Michigan guy. Chad Alexander used to be in the Baltimore Ravens for 11 years. So he's familiar with John Harbaugh. And it's just coincidental that Chad Alexander has made it to the final two applicants that are going to move on to get this general manager job. John Harbaugh his parties did say that he's not going to be having any kind of interviews until next week anyways. But I think some phone calls were already made. I think deals were already set in place. Yes, what would you like to say?
I think John Harbaugh and Mike McDaniel got fired at the same time, so that what happened was Stephen Ross fired Mike McDaniel after John Harbaugh got fired, so that he could take John Harbaugh because he's a better coach than Mike McDaniel. That's my conspiracy theory.
That's her conspiracy theory. Let me drop the link in the chat for anybody that might want to jump up here and share their thoughts.
Yeah, drop the link in the chat, guys.
Drop the link in the chat.
Drop it in the chat. Ow.
Ooh, drop the link in the chat.
Drop it in the chat.
Bam, bam. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to join in to the Discord, I can't pin it. Why can't I pin it? If you want to join into the Discord and share your thoughts, please do so. Come up here and tell us what you think. Tell us if you're on board with this. If you like the move that Stephen Ross made. If you like the idea of bringing John Harbaugh in. Let me know how you feel about Mike McDaniel. Like I said, I feel like Mike McDaniel is going to be a great coach. He's going to be one of those guys 5, 6, maybe 10 years down the line, that's in that ring of coaches that are coaching a team that's always in the playoffs.
What if they rehire him?
Down the line? I don't think that's ever happened in the NFL. I take that back. I'm pretty sure that has happened before. I'm pretty sure
I'm just like
teams have rehired coaches.
Like John Harbaugh got fired 57 times, so.
I don't think so.
I do.
He's been working for the Baltimore Ravens for the last 18 years, so getting fired 57 times would be kind of hard.
Maybe he, like, said curse words.
Oh, I'm sure he said a lot of curse words. I'm sure he said a lot of curse words. I like Harbaugh. Like, don't get me wrong, ladies. Don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Like, I totally would have been okay with Mike McDaniel for the year. Like I said, in 2 years, if he would have kept coaching a team, this team, he would have been okay
with Mike McDaniel.
He would have been a decent enough coach by
we all know
2027, 2028.
As soon as they lose.
She's not wrong. I mean, she's not wrong. If we're losing,
as soon as we lose,
if we're losing in September, that's
Mike
not good.
McDaniel sucks. Mike McDaniel's so bad. He's such a bad coach. He should be fired. No.
So it happened in the off season, so I don't have to do all that in September. Although we do got a tough schedule next year, so I may end up still having to do all that in September. So what John Harbaugh brings to the table, right? If he is the next head coach of this team, for one, he brings championship mentality.
Hopefully he brings food.
Hopefully he brings lots of food.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of food.
The Miami Dolphins need to be fed and energized before they go and kill themselves.
So hopefully he brings food and he brings that championship mentality. Because he's been there. He's coached a team through the playoffs, been to the AFC championship 4 times, 6 division wins. And let's be real. Let's be real.
I'm real.
We're both real. He developed Lamar Jackson into a better quarterback than he was when he entered this league. Let's go back. Lamar Jackson, when he entered this league, he wasn't a quarterback. He was a running back in the quarterback position. And we all know that is the truth. You can go look at Lamar Jackson's passing stats from his first 2 years. Not pretty. Not pretty at all. But you look at him now, it's a completely different world. I mean, yes, granted, this season wasn't so great for Lamar Jackson, suffering an injury, not being able to run like he's used to.
Who's Lamar Jackson?
She's fired.
What did I do? I'm not a nerd like you are.
And she thinks her teacher knows more about football than I do.
Well, he does. Just like, he doesn't talk to us about football. He talks to us about boring math. Because he's a math teacher and he's 57 years old. Wait, 57?
Get out of here.
No.
Get out of here.
Chat. Can we get some 5-7s in the chat?
She wants some 5-7s in the chat.
Put some 5-7s in the chat. We need a 57 Miami Dolphins football player. We need another football player to be hired. And we need, for the football player to have 57 on their jersey. And then I'm going to buy that jersey. And then it's going to be my jersey. And it's going to have 57 on it. And then I'm going to be the coolest person ever. Because 57 is the best. Also, we're not saying 67 anymore. That's for the big 2-5. Instead, we are saying 57 in the small 2-6.
And what she doesn't know, but she's about to find out, is that I can get her a customized jersey with her name on it and the number 57.
5'7"?
Yes.
5'7"?
Yes. And where can I get that for her at?
The store?
No, wrong.
The customizable jersey store.
No, you can get yourself, just like I'm about to get her own customized AFC Eastie Boys jersey. Where can you get that?
At the AFCEASTIEBOYS.store.
Charlie's Choice Collectibles.
Charlie's Choice Collectibles.
You can find the link on our profile page. If you go to our links on our profile page, you can find the link on the profile page. You just send us a DM like, hey, we want one of those customized AFC Eastie Boys jerseys.
Charlie's Choice Collectibles, not the AFCEASTIEBOYS.store. That doesn't exist.
And we can get it working for you. Those are starting at $35, depending on how customized you want it. You know, we can make it as customized as possible.
I can buy that.
Yeah, see, she can buy that. Or you can
join. Not being richer than a child.
You can join the Discord. You can join our Discord, and you can let us know there that you want a customized AFC Eastie Boys jersey, and we'll get all the details for you, and we'll get it sent out to you. But Charlie's Choice Collectibles is not just for your customized AFC Eastie Boy jersey. No.
Yeah, bro. He has like Pokemon cards on there.
All kinds of stuff, not just Pokemon cards.
Yeah, he has shoes, Pokemon cards. Last time I checked, jerseys, he had a Kirby plushie.
All kinds of stuff. Basically,
he sells things.
Yeah, this is a nice place to go shop for a random, rare gift. Lots of collectibles, lots of good finds for the football fan and the non-football fan alike.
But don't get your hopes up. There's no organs, so like.
No, it's not the black market, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely not the black market for sure. What other links can you find over there on our profile page? Well, you can find the link to the DCC. Just like that
Dolphins
QR
Cancer
code
Challenge.
over in the bottom left corner there. Dolphins Cancer Challenge. We're less than $25 away from our first $500. For every $500, this man gonna run a mile a day per $500 that the AFC Eastie Boys can raise for the Dolphins Cancer Challenge. We have all the way through February to do this. So please, if you can, go make a donation. There's no donation too big, too small. Every dollar counts. All of it goes to cancer research. All of it's 100% tax deductible. It takes a community to make a difference. So please, stand with us. She's going to be down there with me.
What? Who said that?
We went last year. I got her signed up. I guess she forgot that she signed up. She's going down there and she's doing the 5K again. We did it last year. We had a good time. She'll enjoy herself again.
I went there for the food.
She did go there for the food. She really did.
I went there for the food.
Great food. And all of it was free too.
Yeah, there was brownies.
So help us make a difference if you can. Go hit that QR code. Go make a donation to the Dolphins Cancer Challenge. We're less than $25 away from our first 500. And like I said, for every 500 that we can raise, I'm running a mile per 500 every single day,
and
all the way up until the 5K.
$1,000, he'll do a front flip, a back flip, a back flip.
I will attempt it, and I'll do it live too. So
yeah, and then
I'll attempt it. So you might get to witness me break my neck.
If we get $57,000, I will
You're asking for a lot.
If we get $57,000, I will do some diabolical stuff.
All right, we're moving on from that.
Not like that.
All right, we're moving on from that. Anyways, don't forget, smash that like, and if you're new here, smash that subscribe. Trust me, you will not regret it. We keep you guys as informed on things as possible. We're constantly dropping content for you guys. I'm super creative. I run D&D campaigns, so my creativity is through the roof. You should go.
There's too much content.
So much content. So much variety of content, too. It's really good. If you have your time, go check it out. And be on the lookout because I had an interview with Tyreek Hill, and she doesn't even know yet.
Without me?
I had an interview with Tyreek Hill. It was a little sly. I had to do it on the sly. I have the everything, all the videos. I have to go through, do the editing. I was kind of waiting for things to cool down in the Miami Dolphins because there's some dirt on Mike McDaniel. There's some dirt on Tua Tagovailoa.
What?
There's some good, interesting info concerning Tyreek Hill with the Miami Dolphins and the future of the Miami Dolphins. So I kind of just had to wait for things to go down. Like I said, I knew Mike McDaniel was going to be gone, and there's reasons for that. Like I said, Cat in the Hat and AFC Eastie Boys are your insiders. For the Miami Dolphins. So make sure, if you haven't already, smash that like and subscribe. It helps us out a ton. We're a small channel that doesn't get enough love. Spread the love. Where is show me the love. Show me the love. Anyways, when we get to 500 subscribers, I got a nice, will you go in that closet up in the top shelf on the left, hand me that flat brown envelope. When we hit 500 subscribers, we have a nice little gift that we're going to send out to somebody.
And 500 subscribers.
And how do you win that? Well, it's going to be easy, right? Obviously, you want to be subscribed.
Yeah,
and then...
because if you're not a subscriber, you don't get crap.
You don't get nothing. You don't get nothing.
I'm back if anybody missed me.
Anyway, so first things first, you want to be subscribed.
Yeah.
And then you also want to be plugged into our Discord, which you can find on our profile page, or you can hit that link there in the chat and you can join.
And you want to donate to the Miami Dolphins Cancer Challenge.
No, that's not a requirement.
Oh.
Don't listen to
Never
us.
mind.
That's not a requirement. But you want to be plugged into the Discord because if you are the winner, we're going to need to be able to contact you in the Discord in order to send it to you, get your info to send it to you. But basically, we're just looking for the best viewer that helps show us the most love. Show me the love.
Get out.
By spreading love. Like, comment, share, tag us. Let us know that you're tagging us and sharing, because somebody's gonna get this bad boy right here. Who is that? She asked. Who is that? She asked. Who is that?
Who is it?
Who is that?
Who is it?
That's Mike Gesicki, ladies and gentlemen.
Mike Wazowski, guys.
In the number 86. When he was a rookie, we drafted him. His rookie year, he had to wear the number 86.
It's Mike Wazowski.
You notice how the signature has the 88, but the jersey's 86. Because 88 was taken when we drafted him. So he had to settle for 86. And then the next year, he switched to 88.
Yeah, guys. So, like...
Sir, can you put that back, please?
If you're a football player...
Thanks, you're the best.
And you get a crappy number...
So, yeah. If you want to win that Mike Gesicki signed photo, that's how you do it. Super simple, man. Make sure you're subscribed. Go join the Discord and share. Share. Spread the love. Like, comment. Come back on videos afterwards. Leave comments. Hit the like button and share it with your friend.
Dad does TikTok. Follow him on TikTok.
Dad does... Well, my TikTok is mainly for, like, fish tanks and my D&D stuff.
Follow him on TikTok anyway.
Thanks for watching our boring commercials. Back to your regularly scheduled programming. So, Mike McDaniel is no longer working with the Miami Dolphins. Who's the possible coach that could be coming in? We've been talking about John Harbaugh.
Oh yeah, that was his name.
John Harbaugh.
Aaron Burr.
If anybody has any input, go ahead. Feel free, hit the link, join the Discord, hop up here. Tell us your thoughts on Mike McDaniel. Tell us your thoughts on how you feel it could go down. GM, coach, who could be next. Might not be John Harbaugh. Like, all these dots that I've been connecting, that everybody else has been connecting as well, could be nothing.
It could be Alex Rachon.
It could be nothing. Could mean nothing. Harbaugh's party did come out and say on Twitter today that he's not having any interviews till next week.
Oh?
Oh?
So we're going to be orphans for a week?
Could be. We could be orphans for a week. But if you want my honest opinion, I believe
I have a dream.
I have a
Well,
dream that
we will
one
not
day
judge
we will
by
have
the
John
color of
Harbaugh
our
take us
skin.
to the Super Bowl.
Oh.
Anyways, I believe that there's already been some secret conversations going on in the background that just people don't know. Because Barry Jackson today was, this morning, Barry Jackson said that he doesn't know nothing.
Haha.
Basically.
Haha. I know more than he does.
A lot of words, but he basically said, like, he was saying, let me find the tweet actually let me find it so I can read it word for word verbatim. I don't want to misquote this guy, so give me 1 second, bear with me. Go ahead and hit that link. If you haven't hopped up here and joined our Discord, hit that link. Hop up here and tell us how you feel about the situation. Tell us how you feel about the Miami Dolphins moving forward. What direction should we be taking? Was firing Mike McDaniel a good move?
Was it worth it? Was it all worth it? No. I mean, yeah. Because he sucks. We lost too many times.
We lost too many. We did lose a lot this year.
He was
lost
coaching like trash.
He was coaching like trash. There were times where, yes, he was bad, but like I said earlier, he also did a pretty good job of picking up some of the slack that he had in previous years. He definitely didn't have as many bad challenges this year, but I think he was scared to throw challenges because his challenge record going into this year was
terrible.
1-7. Not great.
Not great, guys.
Not great.
Not great, guys.
And I remember there was a couple times this year where I'm like, Mike, that is a clear challenge right there. That's challengeable. Throw the flag. And he just didn't do it. He was scared to do it.
He has
So he was playing scared football all year long.
He has more missed opportunities than Zubul says swear words. And that's saying a lot. All right, so here we are. Let's see what he put out this morning. Where is it at? Hold on, it was from this morning. He's wrote a bunch of stuff. Just check your history. You looked at the tweet before. This is why I screenshot things, so I could just go in my gallery.
I was busy.
Screenshot it.
You know what really aggravates me about today is, like, I had originally planned to have today off. I originally planned to have today off because John to the Dolphins, yes, John Harbaugh to the Dolphins is that. I originally planned to have today off because I knew it was going to happen, but my job needed me to install a tank. And what's even worse is, like, where I'm at, I had no freaking signal. I had no cell service. I knew that Mike McDaniel got fired the moment he got fired. It took 45 minutes for my short to upload where I was at. I was so mad. I literally was planning on having today off so that I can drop the news to everybody.
As soon as it came out.
As soon as it came out.
But no. His work just desperately needed him so bad.
Alright, I think we're almost there. Oh, man, he tweets a lot, bro. He has like 40 tweets today. Holy shit. Holy moly, dude.
Sprinkles. Yeah, thanks to Taco. Sprinkles. Anyway, we're not gonna talk about that. Chat, I'm such a businessman.
It looks like he actually deleted the tweets that I saw this morning. They're not there again.
Screenshot things.
I should have. She's right. I should have screenshotted them because they're not there anymore. They're not there anymore. I didn't screenshot it.
Screenshot important things.
Anyways, he was basically saying, like, he didn't say or did not. He was beating around the bush, but now he knows something. He said he's not allowed to say it. So I think he knows that Harbaugh is coming to the Miami Dolphins. What?
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 What? I got fired.
She got fired?
Bro, I was just about to get a new high score.
She got fired.
That is not funny. I'm leaving.
That was so funny.
I'm leaving.
All right, football fans, listen up. Forget the trade deadline, forget the free agency frenzy, because we have the most important piece of NFL news you will hear all season.
If y'all haven't already, go ahead and smash that like and subscribe.
When you just can't come up with a win. Loser boys. Oh, AFC Eastie loser boys. No. No.
Don't agree with it? That's too bad.
Like and subscribe anyways.
Like and subscribe anyways.
All right, quiet on set. And action. Yeah, that's it. Perfect. Cut.
Alright, I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Some, that's for sure. He gets a pass to the left from Tua. About a 4-yard pass, and then he gets about another 16 yards. Yak to add to it. First down, Miami Dolphins. Let's effing go. Yeah. I had to kick Cat in the Hat out. He was fucking boring. I was watching him in the background. He didn't know it, but he was fucking boring. I had to kick him out. Tua under center. Let's fucking go. Mostert with the ball. Ooh, he juggles. He goes to the right. He's rushing. He's got a hole. Oh, he fumbled the ball. Oh, and Buffalo gets the fucking ball back. This is why you gotta trade Raheem Mostert. I'm fucking telling you. Yeah, I'm fucking telling you to trade that motherfucker. What's up, man? I hope his knee was down. I don't know if his knee was down before that ball came out. Oh my gosh, that's a clear fucking fumble. No way. Oh my god. Mostert. No. No.
Anyways, draft's coming up. A lot of teams need QBs, and you need a job, you bum. Got any teams you hope don't take a QB?
Nope. You know, Matt, I have actually not put much thought into that. I have a lot going on right now, and it's just not, I'm not thinking about it. Not at all.
So maybe the Saints?
We're in the house, and the only reason I got this one, probably a field goal like the rest of the Patriots games have been, but the Jets are going to definitely get a win. And then we start the 1 o'clock slate. They won with Malik Willis, and they did it by running the ball. Tennessee over the Titans. And then we got the Bears and the Colts. The ball, so he's kind of went run eccentric over there in the Chargers. And then got the Dolphins going to Seahawks. I got a lot of question marks. Not allowed to score in the second half, and we're going to fix this season. Anyway, so the Panthers and the Raiders. This is, well, not a hard one to call.
I don't know. I may have to switch next year, I'm telling you, man. I can't go through the pain and suffering like this. This was rough. This was a rough fucking year. Yes, it was indeed.
Anyways, yeah, so Cat and Hat here. Goel over there. We gonna break down Wild Card Weekend for you. We got a lot of games coming this
Goel in
weekend.
the
It's
house.
gonna be super exciting. We got some upsets for you.
I gotta show up and bring the fun, guys. You know this guy, Cat in the Hat, he boring. Boring.
Can you just be serious for once, Goel? I mean, we have some great games to talk about. Just for once, just let's be serious. Let's talk about some football. Can we do that?
Stout couple of games that they've been playing, but this is going to decide, right now who's going to be second place in the division. So I'm going Jets all the way. Jets, Jets for the win. We're taking it. With the Browns, the Giants have just been loser fest, and they're going to continue. 0 wins, 3 losses. Moving on out of potential with Tua in questionable consideration. Even if they throw in a backup quarterback, they still got a lot of options for him to throw the ball to. They're not going to be as in sync as they were the last couple of weeks, and that's why I'm going with Seahawks over the Dolphins for you.
Now, there's a lot of homework that goes into this. We don't just look at stats and look at numbers. No, we take a lot of factors into consideration when picking these running backs for your fantasy. T. Tracy Jr. Now, I know a lot of you are saying, what, Cat? Are you seeing his first year ruling the backfield in Miami? He's going to be the number. My next running back on this list at number 3 is B. But, he's going to get the touchdowns. He's going to get the receptions. Trust me, if you get the chance to get him, you're number 1. None other than the king. That's right. Adam Sandler put this guy on a mission this year. This guy is going to literally put the Baltimore Ravens on the first guy. He gets past the first guy. It's probably going to turn into a touchdown. So he's 6 once we realize how he comes back off of his injury. He hasn't really had a full year. At your own risk. It could pay off, but...
Sunday at 3 p.m., we're going to have the high-flying Eagles putting their defense to the test against the Los Angeles Rams. Are pretty high scoring, led by Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, and they're on a mission right now. They're trying to win another Super Bowl so Matthew Stafford can punch his ticket to the Hall of Fame, because without another Super Bowl, he might not make it there. But them Eagles this year, ooh, with Saquon Barkley, I don't know why he's not in MVP conversations with over 2,000 rushing yards on the season. Don't forget that little backwards hurdle he did back in week 8. Oh, it was amazing. So let's go. It's going to be a good one. Good battle between these two teams on the NFC side. Who's going to go to the NFC Championship? Fly, Eagles, fly!
It's going to be in Orchard Park, and it is going to be chilly. Forecast says it's going to be 12 degrees with a wind chill of -2. Derrick Henry pushing close to 2,000 yards. Lamar Jackson. That makes the team have over...
What's up, guys? Today we're going to give you our Week 12 picks.
Yeah, you heard him. Week 12 is in the house at the Dolphins.
Patriots.
You know who I'm going for. I think we need to find a new home for this guy. He's in the wrong house.
No.
Let's go, Dolphins.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's the Cat in the Hat, and I'm back in all black, ready to attack this motherfucking track. Now let's go and let's talk about that. Mike McDaniel getting relieved of his duties. January 8th. Where does that leave the Miami Dolphins? Well, Tyreek Hill had his exit meeting yesterday. Yesterday evening, he posts a picture on his Instagram of him in a Dolphins uniform before his exit meeting. Yesterday, he posted a picture on his Twitter of him in a Dolphins uniform with the caption, "Loading," meaning he's coming back to the Miami Dolphins. I personally, in a sense, spoke with Tyreek Hill, and he said that he's coming back to the Miami Dolphins. He said he's willing to restructure his contract. This was all before Mike McDaniel got fired, though. I haven't had a chance to speak with him today. I was busy working. Fuck, I was working. I knew today was the day that it was going to happen. I literally wanted to take today off so that I could be here to break the news. But here I am, one of the last ones out there. But it is what it is. I want to know how y'all feel about it. I want to know what y'all think about the Miami Dolphins letting go of Mike McDaniel. The possibility of John Harbaugh coming in, paired with Chad Alexander as a GM. I want to know how y'all feel about it. Let me know in the comments below. If you're here afterwards, drop it down in the comments. If you want to talk about it, hit that link. Hop up in here. Join the conversation. Let's talk about it. If not John Harbaugh and Chad Alexander, then who? Who could it be? I'm up for discussion. There was a list of names put out of there was a list. Let's look at it. Dolphins wrap up GM interviews today, with decision coming possibly as early as tomorrow. Interviews with multiple coaching candidates will then follow, with Harbaugh obviously at the top of the list for Miami and several other teams. Harbaugh's camp already came out and said that he's not going to be having any kind of interviews until next week. But like I said before, I think that there's already something in the works, and I'm pretty confident in saying that he's already in Miami. He's already bought in. There's just too many dots that if you connect, it just paints a picture of John Harbaugh in a Dolphins hat. Just like the one I'm wearing. Too many dots.
Where's the Mosasaurus?
Over there.
Okay.
Too many dots. So one of the first dots being
And
Ross, Harbaugh. They're both Michigan guys. There's another dot that gets connected. Ross already went after Harbaugh. Both Harbaughs. Sorry, my son's having dinosaur troubles. He's got this Titanosaurus, man, from the new Jurassic World Rebirth movie for Christmas, and this thing is literally 5 feet long. Literally 5 feet long. It's humongous. So, both Michigan guys, Stephen Ross has already gone after Harbaugh more than once. He's already shown interest that he's want a Harbaugh in his organization. He has ties with the Harbaugh family. Another dot that you can connect. Bloop, bloop. Chad Alexander used to work for the Baltimore Ravens. He worked with John Harbaugh. He was with Baltimore for 11 years. Now, let's put some more of the pieces together, right? So it's kind of weird, right, how it all happened. Mike McDaniel didn't get fired on Monday. Not with the rest of the squad. And that was mostly probably because Stephen Ross was probably waiting for a certain somebody become available. Because he's looking at this coaching carousel that's out there at the moment. And he's like, man, at the end of the day, I think Mike McDaniel probably is better than the rest of those guys that are out there on Monday. And come Tuesday. Tuesday rolls around and have a couple GM interviews. One of those interviews being Chad Alexander. Shortly afterwards, the news breaks that John Harbaugh gets fired. So there's a couple more dots that are getting connected right there, right? You know? Just kind of coincidental, maybe. You know? It could just be a thing. Or it could be a thing. Make sure y'all smash that like and subscribe if you're new here. Smash the like anyways. So, and then Adam Schefter tweets out, within 45 minutes, John Harbaugh is getting calls from 7 different teams interested in him. Okay, that's cool. Well, up until today, there was only 7 teams that were looking for a head coach, including the Baltimore Ravens. So that means that somebody out there with a coach that was currently in their organization was reaching out to John Harbaugh. Now, there was a couple possibilities of teams out there that could possibly be wanting John Harbaugh in their organization. What's up, Miss Finns? Thanks for stopping by. Like she said, hit that like button. There was a couple teams that could have possibly been on the question mark, right? I was thinking maybe the Cowboys. I wouldn't put it past Jerry Jones to be intrigued by John Harbaugh. Maybe reach out to John Harbaugh, see where he's at, even though he's got Brian Schottenheimer, and he's kind of shown confidence in Brian Schottenheimer. He has close ties with the Schottenheimer family. I still wouldn't put it past Jerry Jones to reach out there. Okay, so that was one team. The Saints, I feel like the Saints had nothing to lose by reaching out. They had a first-year head coach, Kellen Moore, in their organization this year. He didn't do too great. I mean, really, with the weapons that he had, other than quarterback, like, did very poorly, to say the least. So, what do the Saints got to lose? Reach out, see what it is. What was the other one? The Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals was another one. It's intriguing, right, in Cincinnati, because you got Joe Burrow over there showing disinterest in football, wondering if he's going to continue to play. Well, if you're a Cincinnati Bengals owner, you're like, you know what, Joe? What if we bring in John? Would that change your mood? So it could have been the Cincinnati Bengals that reached out to him. Could have also been the Miami Dolphins. Now, if you guys have been listening to me since the beginning of the season, I have had Mike McDaniel under a microscope, watching his every move, watching his every decision, because going into this season, I wasn't quite sure if I was ready for him to be our coach moving forward. He had a lot to show me this year. He showed some improvement, didn't show enough, and obviously Ross agrees with me. Didn't show enough improvement in areas. Like I said earlier, before our commercial break, there was a lot of times where Mike McDaniel could have fixed his coat or his challenge problem by calling a couple challenges this year, but he was so scared to get it wrong that he didn't call challenges. He missed quite a few challenges this year. So he could have been sitting at a better record in his challenges. We still had way too many times where we had false starts. Now, I get it. You could say that those are on the players, but at the same time, like, it's on the coach too. You got to coach these guys to be ready. They should know, like, we shouldn't be having false starts. Yes, he cleaned it up towards the end of the season. There was clearly not as many false starts or delay of games towards the last 6 games of the year that there was in the first 11 games of the year. Because we were literally getting 4, 5, 6 false starts or delay of games, having to waste timeouts. Time management and the ability to adjust. These are all things that I was watching on Mike McDaniel this year. Now, he showed me enough to where I would have been okay. I would have been content rolling with Mike McDaniel. Don't get me wrong, I would have been content, but at the same time, I'm like Stephen Ross. I was waiting for a better option to become available. And I like you, Mike. I haven't got nothing against you. Like, you innovated the NFL when you came to the Miami Dolphins and brought in Tyreek Hill and pretty much had Tua performing the best he'll ever perform in his career. You did that. Congratulations. Hold on, let me give you a real applause for that. Congratulations, you did that. You changed the NFL forever. Like, it runs differently. And you also were pretty innovative too when you realized Tua was no longer the guy and you had to do something. Came a little too late, but you still became innovative. Bring that 6 lineman package out. Add an extra guy in there. You make him eligible, and now he can go downfield, create havoc, block downfield. You did good things. I liked the shiftiness. I liked some of the tricky plays that you would throw out there. The sleight of hand plays. Those were great. Those were fun. 2023 was hella fun. Honestly, probably the best season as a Dolphin fan I've had in a long time. And I've been a Dolphin fan since 95. I was 7 years old watching the Miami Dolphins beat the Baltimore Ravens at Hard Rock Stadium. That was my first game my grandpa took me to. God rest his soul. That was the day I became a Dolphin fan. But the 2023 season probably was the best season I've experienced as a Dolphin fan. And that was because of you, Mike McDaniel. So I do thank you for that. And I do appreciate the things that you did for this organization. But somebody better became available. And sometimes you just got to strike while the iron's hot. Don't get me wrong, Pete was onto something. Pete was definitely onto something. Shout out Pete's Takes when he was saying, like, he's got 2 more years. I think if he would have stayed here in 2 more years, he would have been a Hall of Fame coach. Like, he would have been at that level where he's performing, where he's winning championships. He's leading this team to AFC division titles. He would have got there, but it needed to take some time. Like, next year wouldn't have been any better. The biggest thing I was worried about, it's like, I didn't care if we kept Mike McDaniel, but I wanted it to be a situation where it's like he has all year next year. But I was afraid that it was going to be a situation where, because let's be real, no matter what coach comes in here next year, it's not going to look pretty. Even if Mike McDaniel would have stayed, it's not going to look pretty. We got too many questions on this team. We have way too many questions on this team, ladies and gentlemen. Way too many. Quarterback, wide receiver room, tight end, corners, safeties. I mean, we're pretty set on defensive line. I mean, our edges, our edge rushers, linebackers, like, we're pretty set there. But we need a lot of help in so many other places. Running back, I would say we're pretty set there. But there's still so many other pieces that we need. Like, next year's wasn't going to look good. So I was afraid that it was going to be a situation where he gets fired in week 6 anyways. And that's what I didn't want. Because then that puts us too far back. Because you already know that next year's a wash if that's the case, right? Now, going into 2026, next year doesn't have to be a wash. Next year doesn't have to be bad. It could be good. We could win in the draft. We can go out there and we can plug in the pieces this draft that we need that can immediately turn this team around. I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to go and win 12 or 13 games, but we could surely do better than 7. I know we have a tough schedule next year. One of the toughest schedules next year. Second toughest schedule next year. Only the Chicago Bears have a tougher schedule than us, but that don't mean nothing. It's any given Sunday. Let's go. Any given Sunday, any team can beat any team. Especially after a season like this that the Dolphins have had. And how much commotion is going to happen this offseason, right? There's going to be so much BS going on with the Dolphins this offseason. Everybody's going to sleep on the Dolphins going into 2026. Same thing that happened in 2023. They were sleeping on the Dolphins because of the bogus offseason that they had the year before, right? Had such a bogus offseason. Drop Brian Flores, bring in Mike McDaniel, bring in Teron Armstead, bring in Tyreek Hill. Just make a whole bunch of splashes in the offseason. But everyone still slept on the Dolphins, and they came out and they lit the world on fire. Problem is, it didn't last long. So could the next year be just like that for us? We go out there, we draft the right pieces. I was talking to Tyreek Hill, and he said, I asked him, I'm like, what positions do you think the Dolphins should go for the most in the draft? Like, go after the hardest. And he said offensive line and quarterback. Fair. I can definitely say that we need a quarterback. Am I high on any of the quarterbacks in the draft this year? Not super high on them. I haven't really had enough time to put too much research into the quarterback position because I'm focusing on other positions of higher need right now, like tight end and wide receiver. Because Waddle, he needs to be an off-season casualty. We need to figure out how to trade him away and get some more draft capital for draft day. Get some young guys in here. Grab some receivers. I'm sorry. For those of you that still like Waddle, I mean, don't get me wrong. He's been cool for the Miami Dolphins, but there's just too many. He checks too many boxes for the time to go side of the screen. You know, there's a you can stay and there's a time to go, and he checks too many boxes on this side. Dropped passes, so many dropped passes. He's like at a 50% catch rate. Those aren't exact numbers, but it's pretty close. He doesn't go up for contested passes. Like he doesn't get those contested passes either. So if you throw it up and he's got to fight for that ball, 9 out of 10 times that's turning into an interception or it's hitting the ground. Injury prone. He's definitely injury prone. He misses at least 2 games a year. That's a given, no matter what. But the biggest thing the biggest thing that pisses me off about Jalen Waddle is he introduced to us an awesome celebration in the Waddle, and then 2 years later decides that he just doesn't like it. Doesn't put any emphasis into it. Don't give us a damn celebration and then take it away from us. Don't do that. Go ahead, ladies and gentlemen. Smash that link. Hop up here. Tell me how you feel about the Miami Dolphins letting go of Mike McDaniel. Tell me how you feel about the idea of John Harbaugh coming in here. If you don't think there's John Harbaugh and you think other people are going to be put into this building, let me know. If you're not comfortable hopping up on the Discord, let me know in the chat. If you're coming here afterwards, go ahead and drop it in the comments. And make sure you smash that like and subscribe. Helps us out. So we move on to John Harbaugh. Let me pull his thing back up again. I can't believe I've had myself on a small screen this whole time for you, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. I haven't been paying attention. I've just been talking. There's some people out there that don't really want John Harbaugh. And I don't understand why you wouldn't think that he's an immediate upgrade in the coaching position. I get it. Some people's arguments is like, what has he done? I'll tell you what. He's done more than any coach that we've had in a very long time. He's done that. You can see it. 18 seasons as the Ravens head coach. He got a Super Bowl. 4 AFC championship games. Obviously, he won one of them on his way to the Super Bowl. 6 AFC North division titles. 12 playoff appearances. A 180 and 113 win-loss record as the coach of the Ravens. And he was there for 18 years. Built a pretty good tenure there. What do you think of? What do you think of when you look at the Miami or the Baltimore Ravens, right? They're pretty tough. They're definitely not a soft team. I don't think anybody out here would call them soft, right? You don't think that has anything to do with John Harbaugh? He turned Lamar Jackson into a serviceable quarterback. And if you don't believe that, go look at Lamar Jackson's first 2 seasons in the league. He was a running back. He wasn't a quarterback. He was a running back playing the quarterback position. That's what Lamar Jackson was when he came into this league.
Don't agree with it? That's too bad.
Like and subscribe anyways. But now, he's a complete quarterback. He's good with his passing. Does just enough with the legs. Sufficient. Can read defenses. Can put his team into winning positions. It's not his fault that players drop passes. It's not his fault that kickers miss kicks. He's done everything he can. And a lot of that has to do with John Harbaugh. Without John Harbaugh, Lamar Jackson wouldn't have developed into the quarterback he is today. So why am I on board with bringing Harbaugh in? Just for that reason, man. He's got a Hall of Fame career. He's going to come to the Miami Dolphins, and he's going to take us to the promised land. May not be next year. May not be 2027. But by 2028, this Miami Dolphins organization should have all of the cap fixed, all of the pieces in place. And this is why, like, We don't need to be worrying about going. We got a bunch of free agents. 29 free agents that we got to figure out this year. You only get 7 drafts. 7 draft picks. So we're going to have to do some finagling, dangling, and we're going to have to get some stuff working out so that we could possibly grab a couple more draft picks, grab a couple young guys, so that we could build for the future. And we let Harbaugh do it, however he wants to do it. We let him come in here. We let him call the shots, bro. Stephen Ross, you did the right thing by going and getting Troy Aikman to help with this process, because you're not a football guy. You don't know football. I would prefer if you stayed out of the conversations. I mean, yeah, be there so that you learn, so that you know what's going on, but don't try and get bad information. Don't try and sit there and act like you know what you're talking about when you don't. You just sit there and you listen. And you're like, okay, I support you guys on this. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's run it. Let's go get that guy. Let's move up to get that guy. Or, hey, we don't need to be in the position we're in at 11. We could probably afford to move back a little bit. Trade away our first round pick. Move back in the draft. Get an extra second round or an extra third round pick. And we can still go get our guy Eli Stowers at 26. Because that's who we need to go get in round 1. If you want my honest opinion. Eli Stowers. Let me pull his thing up for you. He would be a great addition to the Miami Dolphins. Tight end, coming out of Vanderbilt. Played most of his early football career as a quarterback, and then switched over to the tight end position. And then when he got to Vanderbilt, that's where he really took off. That's where he really started to shine. He's a big guy, 6'4", 235 pounds. Big guy. Goes up and gets contested passes. Knocks people over for extra yardage. Great in the blocking game. Great in the backfield. And he has experience throwing the ball. So, like, it allows for that trickery and that wildcat stuff to come out and be useful. Now, I had originally liked this guy because he was a perfect fit for a Mike McDaniel style offense. But if we get John Harbaugh, could still be a good fit. Keep Greg Dulcich. Sign him for 2 years. Make him look really good this year. We signed Greg Dulcich for 2 years. We use him this year. We draft Eli Stowers and we use Greg Dulcich this year. And use him and raise his value. And then trade him. Get some draft picks. Move on. 2027 we get loaded down with draft picks. Because we're using 2026 to showcase our valuable players. So we can turn the ship around. And we can do it pretty quickly. But they're going to have to nail the draft. They're going to have to nail the draft.
All right, football fans, listen up. Forget the trade deadline. Forget the free agency frenzy. Because we have the most important piece of NFL news you will hear all season.
And then we still have the elephant in the room, right? That is Tua Tagovailoa. 2026 contract details. Cap hit of $56.4 million, which is 7th in the NFL. If we trade him before June 6th, $45.2 million dead hit. After June 6th, $13.4 million dead hit, and then $31.8 in 2027. So we gotta find a trade partner. We got to find a trade partner, and I'm really confident now, especially now that Mike McDaniel's gone. I'm really confident that Kyler Murray could end up a Miami Dolphin next year. Kyler Murray could end up a Miami Dolphin next year. We're going to get on the phone. We're going to get on the phone with Arizona, and then we're going to make that work. We're going to make that happen. But yeah, man. So Mike is gone. Right now it's question marks. I mean, I'm doing a lot of talking about John Harbaugh. Other people are doing a lot of talking about John Harbaugh. But nothing's set in stone. Nothing is set in stone. It could be somebody completely different. We could end up getting Raheem Morris. Or freaking somebody else. Could end up with Pete Carroll. I mean, would Pete Carroll be so bad? I don't think he would fit with the Miami Dolphins organization. But, I mean, at the end of the day, he's also a Super Bowl champion. He also has a decorated career. And I don't think we're done with coach firings yet. I don't think we're done with coach firings yet. Because I don't think Harbaugh was the only coach that Stephen Ross was waiting to become available. I think he had two options out there. I think that Harbaugh was just his first option, his first choice. But I think he was also waiting for Mike Tomlin to become available too. He was waiting for either one of those coaches to become available for making a decision on Mike McDaniel. Because at the end of the day, Mike McDaniel gave us the best chance, and especially moving to the future. Maybe not in the moment, but for the future, Mike McDaniel did give you the best chance. Until other coaches became available. Harbaugh. And then Tomlin. Tomlin can also be an option. Tomlin is still on the table. Their season's just not over with yet. I could definitely see a world where Mike Tomlin gets fired Tuesday morning if they lose to Houston. If they don't lose to Houston and they continue to move on through the playoffs, Tomlin's not getting fired. But if they lose to Houston, I could see Tuesday morning Tomlin getting fired. And then that puts another great Hall of Fame candidate on the board in the coaching position. I still think Harbaugh is Ross's first choice, but I don't think Tomlin would be a bad option either. Go ahead and clip that and make me put my foot in my mouth later if it doesn't happen. But it doesn't matter. Because we getting Harbaugh. That's what's happening. But before we get out of here, go ahead and tell you about our commercials. Again, our boring commercials. Thank you for watching our boring commercials. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming. As you can see, we got that QR code in the bottom corner over there. Oh, hold on. As you can see, we got that QR code in the bottom corner over there. That is for the Dolphins Cancer Challenge. This is our second year running. We are less than $25 away from our first $500, which means my ass is going to be running a mile per every $500 that the AFC Eastie Boys can raise every single day, all the way up until the 5K. So what does that mean, ladies and gentlemen? That means exactly that. If we raise $5,000, I'll be running 10 miles a day every day until the 5K. Woo! Let's go. Make me sweat, ladies and gentlemen. We're almost there, too. We're almost there, man. Cancer is almost kicked to the curb with the advances in modern medicine and technology nowadays. It's a matter of time before somebody finds a cure. So let's be a community. It takes a community to make a difference. Let's be a community. Let's make a difference. Every dollar counts. Every dollar is 100% tax deductible, and 100% of the proceeds go to cancer research. So please, please, if you can, go make a donation and let's make a difference. One team, one fight. Hashtag. Yeah, I do things backwards. Who cares? Who cares? If you don't like using the QR code, you can hit it up on our profile page. You go down to our profile page. You check out our links. You can find it on there. You also can find the link for our Discord. I don't know if you're still here, Miss Fins. Hold on. I'm going to grab something for you. Hold on.
Everything's falling down back here. Oh my gosh.
You can find a link to our Discord. Our Discord is definitely a place you want to get plugged into. Not only is it 24/7 access to the AFC Eastie Boys, it's a great place to go. Trying to build a community of football fans that just want to talk football. It's how you get up here and you talk on the shows with us. We drop parlays. We drop DFS lineups. And it's also where you want to be plugged in if you want to win any of our giveaways, which one of the giveaways we got going on right now for when we reach 500 subscribers, which we're pretty close. We're getting there. We've been getting more and more every day. Once we reach 500 subscribers, one of you lucky subscribers is going to win this Mike Gesicki autographed 9x16 photo. Sorry, my light is shining on it right now. You can see it. He's wearing the number 86. This is from his rookie year when we drafted him. The number 88 was taken, so he had to wear the number 86. You can see he's hurdling over a guy. I don't necessarily know who that guy is, but it comes with the authentication as well. So basically, once we hit 500 subscribers, there's going to be one of you lucky viewers that gets this sent out to. And that's why you got to be plugged into the Discord, because that's how we're going to get your information so we can send it out to you. Verification. So that's how we can send it out to you. So how do you win, you ask? Cat, stop talking and tell us how we win it. Well, it's super easy. Make sure you're subscribed, obviously. Hit the like button. Comment. Share as much as possible. All of that good stuff. We're keeping track. Whoever shows us the most love, that's who gets it. So make sure you have them notification bells turned on. That way you don't miss any of our content, because we constantly dropping content for you guys. I got some special content coming soon. I was basically waiting for Mike McDaniel to get fired to go through and release all of my Tyreek Hill interviews. Yep, that's right. I said Tyreek Hill. I interviewed him. I got more interviews coming. I just got all the videos. I got to go through them. I got to edit some stuff out, clip them all together, and then I'll be releasing them. Also, don't forget, we have End Zone to End Zone coming this Saturday morning. We're going to be previewing Wild Card Weekend. It's going to be fun. You're going to want to be here. Wild Card playoff weekends with the AFC Eastie Boys is definitely good. I've already been working on some graphics for you, ladies and gentlemen, so that you guys are prepared before Wild Card Weekend. So if you're doing like a prediction pool or anything, you make sure you got the right pick plugged in. So you can tune into that Saturday morning. Probably go live around 9 o'clock, maybe 9 or 10. We don't know exactly what time yet. We are full-time dads, full-time workers, and we are doing this in our free time. We do have a lot of things in the works to make this channel better for you guys. We're working on getting a studio so we can also have a store, because if you'll see one more link. Well, you'll see two more links on our profile page. One is our PayPal, which if you want to, you can go make a donation to. All of those proceeds go back into the channel. I do have programs that I pay for so that I can edit my videos, so that we can do giveaways, things like that. We don't usually ask, but that is another link that's there. But the other link that's there, definitely go check it out. It's called Charlie's Choice Collectibles. It's a great shop to go shop at and not break the bank and not have to leave your couch. Great place to go. You can also, that's where you're going to get your AFC Eastie Boys customized jerseys at. Those start at $35, depending on how customized you want it. But basically, we want to transfer that store into an actual building, so we can stop paying for storage fees, and just put it up into a building. So we're working on a process right now where we might possibly be getting a building. We'll end up having our store in the building, our studio in the building, and we got a couple other ideas to do with it, so that we can use it to make us money, so that we can keep bringing y'all this great content. I think that was it. Man. A lot of things in the works for the AFC Eastie Boys, so make sure y'all tune in. Like I said before on previous streams, I'm currently working on a nice little intro video for us. Some of you know our name is AFC Eastie Boys. Yes, that is after the Beastie Boys. So expect our intro to be fire, because I do write music. If you go check out my D&D channels, Goel's a trip. I'm telling you, man, Goel's a trip. Definitely go check out my other channels too if you're interested in Dungeons and Dragons or Fish Tanks or anything. I don't want to go back to being an Uber driver. That stuff was like, I mean, don't get me wrong, like, it wasn't bad, to be honest. I enjoyed it at times, but there were times where I didn't enjoy it. Like, I enjoyed it when I did it and I didn't need to. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I drove Uber, when I didn't need to drive Uber, that's when I enjoyed it. Because I did get to meet a lot of people, had a lot of great conversations. I got to learn a lot of things driving Uber. I've experienced a lot of things driving Uber that I wouldn't have experienced anywhere else. But then when you need to drive Uber and you need the money, it pisses you off because you don't make enough money. But that's weird that I was an Uber driver. How'd you know I used to be an Uber driver? Interesting. No, I'm just kidding, because I always plugged my channel when I was driving Uber. But thanks for stopping by. If you're new here, make sure you smash that subscribe. But that's all I got for you right now, ladies and gentlemen. I need to get off here so that I can finish working on the rest of my graphics. I still have the NFC side to deal with. I've already finished all the AFC graphics, so if you want to go check those out, you can go check those out in our on our page. We've part alien. You can go check those out on our page. We've already done all the AFC side. Basically gave you all the information you need to know going into this weekend's matchup. And if you are just rolling in, I'm sorry that you missed such a great show talking about Mike McDaniel and the possibility, or maybe not the possibility, of John Harbaugh coming into the organization that is the Miami Dolphins. But appreciate you stopping by anyways. Make sure you smash that like and subscribe on your way out. And the AFC Eastie Boys will catch you next time. Peace out. Benzo.